Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today I want to look at the Mark V 25. We'll run through the crunch mode and the two lead channels here. But at the same time, I really want to just explore everything that it's got and discuss how the controls actually work in this amp. I've got it mic'd up with an SM57, you can see in the far right, in the single 112 recto cab with a vintage 30 inside. I've got the mic placed just to the side of the cone, straight at the speaker, just on the side of the cone there. So hopefully it gives a correct depiction on how the amp sounds to me. I think it does. I did a bit of a test before. The clean channel in this, as it's called, has a lead channel within it, or a crunch mode, which saturates really well. It is the green channel, but it doesn't mean that it's a clean channel. They're not an amp that you can just dial anything in like the 5150 and you'll get a great tone. But right now, with everything set to noon, this is how it sounds. How this amp actually is designed is these first four controls, the gain, the treble, the mid, the bass, they're all situated before the preamp. So anything that you adjust here gets magnified through the preamp and the output tubes and comes out in the speaker. So the gain itself is an extremely powerful dial on this, and the gain and the bass need to work together. If you turn up the gain too far and leave the bass high, you'll end up with a big flabby tone, which is pretty undesirable. As a general rule, as you turn up the gain, you wind back the bass. So the gain itself, it works more like a density control. As you feed in more gain, the tone will get fatter and thicker. If you want to keep things nice and tight, you might be better off just keeping the gain back, put it onto 10 watt mode like I've got it, and turn the volume up and let the power tubes create a lot more of that gain for you. So the treble control on these is very powerful as well. It essentially dominates the other two, mid and bass. If you turn up the treble all the way, it won't leave much room for those controls to do anything. Everything you adjust here needs to be a trade-off to the other. The presence and the master volume are after the preamp. So the sliders are on the output side of the amp just before it heads off to the speaker. You can boost whatever frequencies are lost in the front end or take out frequencies that are pushed too hard at the front. So it just works really well. It's just the best amp for sculpting whatever tone you really want. I've left these EQs sort of like that, and then we just adjust the sliders to suit. Those sliders just brought that to life then on that last one. I found just that scooped, pushed bass, shimmering treble. That really just jumped to life. I didn't mention it before. The mid control on only the green channel, the mid control, once you hit halfway, turns into a boost, like an overdriven boost. So everything's set where it is. Let's just see how this mid boost affects the overall tone. Really thickens things up. It's like a... that's a really cool slayer. On the back control here, we've got reverb controls for both channels. One reverb for each, and it's a sprung reverb. I'll just turn the channel 1 reverb up full, because that to me sounded like a real good South of Heaven. Right, so that mid control, that really is powerful to fatten things up. It gives a lot more body and weight to the whole chain. Actually, it almost takes it into like a Lamb of God. That, to me, that really sounded like a Palace's Burn. I'll push those mids more and wind back a bit more gain. If we feed in the bass now, we'll just get it to the point where it just starts to loosen up and get a bit flabby. So just so you can see it. So right now I'll just take it down to the Mark II C Plus mode, and this is taken from the Mark II C Plus, and apparently it's the same circuitry and everything. They've jammed it into this little box, but it's from the Mark II C Plus lead channel, but with everything set to noon. So what we'll try now, without clipping the microphone, but we'll just go really extreme with the sliders and just see how it sounds. That's well and truly saturated, and it's actually pretty crunchy as well, I find. Like, I'll just wind that back so it's a bit more usable. So pushing those mids in the sliders really push yourself into the mix and be heard, and it doesn't sound bad either. You don't have to keep This is push the Mark II C Plus mode. Right, and that's a cool lead channel. If you were to use the crunch like we were before and really push it and get some great rhythms, you've got an awesome lead channel right there with the Mark II C Plus mode. Let's see how the Mark IV mode goes. It's pretty much the same as the 2C Plus, but a little bit more saturated. Just push a bit more gain through that. The endless tones here is unreal. You can't stop just pushing tones. I'm having a great time just exploring here. All right, let's just see how the Mark IV mode on full gain. Right, now let's check out the extreme mode. Everything's set to neutral. This mode really does kick you in the ass. It's not something I think is very usable, but I do turn it on just to have some fun every now and then. You can hear this last range of the slider on the treble slider. It really just pushes frequencies into the mix. You got to be so delicate. So there you have it, the Mark series. It's a beast of an amp. You can just sit here and tinker and explore all day. But anyway, look, I hope you had fun here today. I sure as hell did. My ears hurt. I'm not playing guitar for the rest of the day. It's not fun anymore. It's my dream amp forever. Ever since I heard the first Metallica record, I was blown away by the boogies, and it's not just there for one tone. It's not just there for Metallica. You can get anything out of it that you want. You can push that Megadeth or Slayer tones or any sort of thrash tones. Hopefully I've captured it all nicely with the microphone today, and you've learned something on the way. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Until then, stay safe. Take care. Bye.